So we've just arrived at the Finke 2 Mile Creek or 2 Mile campsite, whatever it's called, and we thought we'd drive down near the river to check out a camping spot, and we are just a little bit bogged. So we're getting out the thingies, the grips, and hopefully we'll be able to get out. We've already taken down the tyres, so hopefully this works. I don't think we're going to be camping that close to the river.
It's that time of day again for yet another sunset. We're at Finke River 2 Mile campsite. We had a small issue with traction earlier on. But we've been able to get ourselves set up, got ourselves dug out and then set up somewhere. So, getting the food on for dinner and enjoying the sunset as it comes down and lights up Mount Sonder, the end of the Larapinta Trail, sitting over there. After a peaceful night, the peace has now been disturbed by my heavy breathing once again as we have more stairs. We're going into West MacDonnell Ranges into Ormiston Gorge. Currently on the Ghost Gun Lookout Walk. Mike and Violet, what do you guys think of the scenery?
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Good place to visit?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
I think it's recommended.
It's a highly recommended?
Yep. Highly recommended.
Okay.
That water looks cold.
Hello.
Slight issue. The Ghost Gun Walk, which is supposedly a loop, finishes that cliff down there. And I think the water's a lot higher than what it normally is. And in the middle of summer, a quick dip to get across the other side might be okay.
It's freezing cold. The water is freezing cold.
But the general consensus is
Meow.
that's not going to happen. This is Mount Violet, by the way.
Meow, 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 meow.
So at this stage, it looks like we're walking back, because even the pound walk, which goes up through the gorge, looks like it's also possibly underwater, which makes it very hard to do. Oh, sorry. How did you describe it, Violet?
Well, there's a very downward.
Very downward stairs.
Yes. Downward.
But that bit at the bottom wasn't there when we came through at the start. But you never know. We're on the walk into Glen Helen Gorge. Sign goes that way, maybe. Up there. Follow the track. We've lost two, but I think we're almost there. It's a little bit of a choose your own adventure, as you can see. We followed one path and it got us to a dead end, so we're going to try another one and see where we get to. See if we can get over onto that other side of the bank here and then make our way around to the corner. Glen Helen Gorge. How was that walk in, Marco?
Very wild, very bushy.
Bit of an adventure?
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Golden Hour's arrived just in time for dinner. It's a low rent pasta and sauce dinner tonight. Hello.
Hello.
We've had our showers in our outdoor shower tent. Over here.
I think you're going to want more pasta maybe?
No.
Are you sure?
And now it's just sitting here and watching the sun go down, eating some pasta and sauce. I think we even got some 2 fruits and custard for dessert. And then stars. There'll be stars tonight. Definitely stars. Today is Happy Rani Day!
Happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day! What do we say to Mum?
Happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day.
It's another day in the West MacDonnell Ranges and we're doing a bit more exploring. We stopped first at the ochre pits, so we'll go and have a look at those. Rani was suffering a little bit yesterday from the leftover suffering from the walks of the Kings Canyon rim walk.
Me a bit. Followed by the up and down of the Ghost Gum loop walk that wasn't a loop because it was too
Wet.
much water to get through.
But you're feeling better today.
Feeling better today. I could get out of the car without my back feeling like it was going to break.
That's a good thing.
And my knees are not screaming anymore.
And here are the ochre cliffs, all the different colours, yellows and whites and browns and reds. And this time we're at Serpentine Gorge, which is just appearing up ahead of us. Not quite as big as some of the others, but still pretty spectacular in its own right. We've got a couple of, what are they, pink galahs? Pink cockatoos up in the tree up here. And a couple of galahs down here on the rock. And here we have Ellery Creek Big Hole. You going in for a swim, Rani?
I don't think so, because it is frosty.
Kids? Anyone?
Nah.
Maybe.
Well, it's a maybe.
So it gets deep really, really quick and you won't be able to touch the bottom.
I reckon I need to go in just to prove how strong and manly I am. And that I can join the men's choir as a soprano. Because it looks cold. That's it, you're done.
No, I just want you.
Oh, come on, Dad, face us, face us, face us. We want to see you get cold.
Recording.
Only die once unless you turn it on. And this is my time to die.
You got this. Going all the way in, babe.
Do you want the noodle?
How cold is it, babe?
I kind of want to go back in, but then you realise how cold it is.
Icy is probably a good word for it.
Icy. Not just brisk.
How many degrees do you reckon it is? I wish I had a probe. Maybe 3?
1.
5?
Yeah, somewhere in that range, I reckon.
What? No, I'm not getting in that. You're not getting in that.
No way. No. Neither of you are ever gonna get in that water.
I want to feel it.
Feel it. But when you actually put your foot.
Oh, Dad.
At least we know how deep it is.
You gonna turn around?
Do namaste.
In you go.
The hardest bit.
Just fall backwards.
You pass the sexual conversion level.
How's my singing voice?
I really want to swim all the way out there, but.
Don't get your shoes wet, please, Micah.
Oh, Dad.
Oh, he's doing it.
Come on.
You need to.
No, you got to come to me. It's no, you're not in if I come to you. That's just cheating.
Oh, I feel like I'm in an ice bath.
You are in an ice bath. Go on.
You're doing well.
I've got a tripod stand.
No, this works. It's alright.
You sure?
Yeah, I've got one in the car. I just couldn't be bothered.
Do you want somebody else? We can take the video.
Yeah, maybe that's a better idea. Here, I'll do it.
Oh no, but I want you to
Well,
come
you're
with
either coming or you're not. Are you going in or coming in or not?
That won't be helpful. Woo! Well done, Violet!
Go out then.
Aaron counts down. Yep. 3, 2, 1. Go. It is so cold. It is.
And everyone do the head flick.
Kill me.
How is it, Violet? I can't talk because I can't breathe.
My body is now freezing.
Another day, another sunset. Thank you, West MacDonnell Rangers. So that was Finke River 2 mile campsite. How was that, Micah?
Bushy.
Pushy. I'm getting some great one-word answers out of my kids. Very loquacious. Is that the right word? We had a little bit of rain overnight, but true to form, it's now cleared up mostly and blue skies. So, and that was pretty much our first little bit of rain since Wilpena Pound, where we had that 2-minute shower that I had to go out and at 2 AM to get everything in because Ronnie told me the weather would be okay.
It was.
Anyway, off to Alice Springs today. We'll go via Stanley Chasm and we'll get some photos there. See ya!
We're saying goodbye to the West MacDonnell Ranges today. I have to say this has probably been one of my favourite spots so far. Just the hills, yeah, it's just beautiful. All of the rock formations and the ghost gums, the bird life. It's just a really beautiful place. So I think this is somewhere that I'll probably miss, but very happy that we came.
Just outside of Alice Springs, we have Stanley Chasm, which is very cool. ever get the chance to come out this way, this is some of the most scenic driving that I've ever done. Just absolutely so cool driving through the ranges here. So and the drive down the Morini Loop from Kings Canyon through to this area was also fantastic. So there were wild brumbies and all sorts of things, which we didn't get video of because we were too busy going wow. So yeah, just get yourself here because this is just so cool.
There's one way of getting in the pool, which is Micah's way, and then there's Violet's way. Is it warm?
Is it cold? It's so slippery. Are there any girls?
Well, I was just about to say these three here are either females or young males, which are really hard to pick apart because they're a similar size, similar colour. So yeah, it can be really hard to tell the difference between the young males and the females.
But the females
But
have fun.
they do. But I'm not going over there to have a look. Okay, so from here I can't tell the difference. But I know this one over here, this is a man. He's a man. I know he's a man. He's big. He's muscly. And
Showing off his guns there.
They get really big, and although here in Central Australia we don't have many kangaroos, and they don't get as big as they do, say, Western New South Wales and Western Queensland. We're probably still in breeding season. We're coming to the end, or should be coming to the end of breeding season, but she seemed to think I'm some sort of mate, because the female emu chooses the mate and then she'll defend him against other females.
An emu egg, exactly right. Now, emu eggs, awesome source of tucker. Not just that, they're worth about 16 chicken eggs. But the only problem is they're a bit tricky to get into. They've got a really tough shell. Not even a wedge-tailed eagle can break this with his feet. There is one species in particular out here that is better than all the rest at getting into these beautiful big eggs, and that is the black-breasted buzzard. Now, these guys are quite commonly mistaken for eagles because they are our third largest raptor species, but you will notice they are a little bit different. Now, these guys have a bit of a trick up their sleeve, and that is to use tools. You might be thinking to yourself right now, what a clever bird, figuring out how to pick up a rock and crack into an egg with it. In fact, I hate to say it, but smarts has nothing to do with it. This is what we call an innate ability. An innate ability is something that you are born knowing how to do. Now, us, for example, we have an innate ability. Ours is to come out crying. That way, when you come out crying, Mum feels a little bit sorry for you. She picks you up, gives you a nice, warm and safe hug, and you get a little bit of feed as well. Buzzards, on the other hand, are a little bit cooler in my opinion. These guys, from the time that they are born, they know how to crack open an egg with a rock. They don't have to watch their parents. They don't get taught by their parents. We don't teach it to him. It's not a circus trick. It's something that he knows how to do from the time that he's born, which I think is pretty cool. These guys here are definitely a fan favourite. The Australian Kooloo, or bushstone Kooloo, they're also known as. These guys used to be super common all throughout the whole interior of Australia, all throughout the centre here. Unfortunately, not so much anymore, and that's got a lot to do with how they hide out. Now, a majority of us, if we see something scary, we'll run away from it or try to fight it. Now, these guys here, they have a third thing that they like to do, and it's called freezing. So they do their very best statue impression when something scary comes towards them, which used to work great. If you were getting hunted by wedge-tailed eagles and all sorts of aerial predators like that, it was fantastic to stay still because you would just blend into the leaf litter next to you. Nowadays, we've introduced animals such as cats and foxes, which, of course, they use their eyesight, but not only that, they're using their sense of smell a lot. So little Kooloo sees a fox walking up towards him, he goes, I know just the tricks for this guy. You're going to stay super still. The fox doesn't care too much, he sniffs out the Kooloo, goes up, grabs him, and has a little bit of dinner instead.
So Micah, what are we here to see?
Dingoes.
Was it hard getting out of bed this morning?
Yes.
Why?
It was cold.
It was cold. And was it good that you got out of bed though?
Yeah.
Why?
Because there's dingoes. Okay, so out in Central Australia, Alice Springs, and we're at the dingo. The dingo talk's about to happen. I found this sign. It's dingo body language, just here. Dingo body language.
The tongue is about 14 centimetres long. I have some come up my leg like a 7 or 8.
Everyone else want to have a hold of the snake?
You have a cat.
You going to, Hilly? Mum's going to. Do you want to?
So we're saying goodbye to Alice Springs. What was your favourite part of Alice Springs?
I liked the reptile park. The reptile centre was really cool.
Yeah, what was your favourite thing at the reptile park?
I liked Terry the crocodile.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. What about you, Violet? All of it. Anything that you liked a little bit more? What about your favourite thing at the caravan park?
in bed.
Snuggles in bed were pretty good, yes, especially because it was such a cold morning.
in the mornings.
It's been freezing cold in the mornings. So we're heading off to the East MacDonnell Ranges. We're going to do a couple of things on the road this morning, and then one night there. So see you later, Alice Springs. You've been awesome.
Bye. So this is Emily Gap, our first stop on the in the East MacDonnell Ranges. There is some Aboriginal artwork in there somewhere, but you have to swim to get to it at the moment because the water's high, because of all the water we've had. And oh, look at all these little finchies in the tree here. Oh, there they go. So, are we going to go for a swim this morning?
It is frosty.
It's frosty. Next stop in our whistleblow tour of the East Macs is Jessie Gap. Next stop is Corroboree Rock. I'm going to go for a little walk around this one. One good thing about Alice Springs was the lack of flies. No flies at all. But now we're back out in the bush. The flies are back. What a pain. Take a video of my boring family that don't like to get out of cars. This is the ghost gum, measured at 33 odd meters tall. Largest ghost gum in Australia, apparently. And here we have a mica and a violet for scale. Another gorge walk. This one's Trafina Gorge in the East MacDonnell Ranges. And apparently up here we get to a lookout where we can look into a pound called Mordor Pound from Lord of the Rings. We'll stop and have a look a little bit later on, see whether we can see the smoking pits and the Eye of Mordor. So I think I actually missed taking a video of Mordor.
Do you want to go back?
I might go back around the corner. You see the exit from Trofina Gorge down there, the creek bed, into Mordor Pound. No smoke, no walks, just running in the background going, nerd! Made it back from our loop walk, just going for a gentle stroll up the gorge. Just near Ross River Resort we have Nandala Gorge. Apparently lots of pictographs. So we'll go and have a look and see what we can see. And we've had 5 people on our hike this afternoon. Slothy's here with us. Hi Slothy! And Kitty Cat on the head as well. And now we hit the bins track. Section 2, East MacDonald's. And we're going to keep going north. This is something we wanted to do. We would have hit this from Mount Dare, but unfortunately it was all closed. So, bins track, 4-wheel drive, which we're going to do over the next couple of days. Should be a lot of fun. So up to Hale River Homestead tonight, and then up to Gentry the night after, and that'll be a bit fun because that'll be where we do some fossicking. And I think somebody is a little tired. Just got in and set up the camper. 25 minutes tonight, which is pretty good. We're at the Hale River Homestead. Some old buildings over here, the old windmill, and we've got so many neighbours compared to last night at Alice Springs, or last couple of nights at Alice Springs. The place is empty, we've got a place to ourselves. So I think Micah and Violet have met one of the grandkids of the people that own the place or run the place, so they're going and saying hello. Shower, hard ginger beer. That's the reward for putting up the tent. And an afternoon sunset in the bush. Can't get better than this. We've had a great couple of days in Alice Springs, so just a bit of a relax. The park had jumping pillows, it had water slides, heated pools, had evening activities, so just really good for the kids just to, you know, interact with other people rather than just mum and dad, and have some fun. We also went and did a bunch of stuff. So we went to the reptile centre, which Micah said was fantastic, although he didn't want to hold the snake when they brought that out at the presentation. We went to the megafauna exhibit, which had a whole bunch of fossilised stuff, megafauna obviously, from a fossil site northwest of Alice Springs. And we also went to the desert park, Alice Springs Desert Park, which was fantastic, both in the day and then we went in the night, where we saw all sorts of fantastic animals when they did the feeding. So that was really good fun too. So great couple of days in Alice. Now we're back on the road, hitting the bins track going north. So not taking the Stewart Highway, we're going the dirt way. And that'll take us the next couple of days, and we'll end up at the Devil's Marbles in a couple of days' time. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy the sunset, and we'll see you soon. This is the camp kitchen at the Hale River Homestead where we're staying, the meat house. And it's got all the stuff that you need in a camp kitchen for either cutting up livestock or possibly human bodies. So we've got the bandsaw, we've got all the meat hooks, we've got the hacksaws, the meat house. And to go with the tool tree that we had earlier in our travels, we now have the shovel tree.
We're saying goodbye to Hale River Homestead. Did you guys have a good stay?
Yep.
Yep.
What was your favourite part?
Friends.
Making friends with Cooper and David. And Cooper was how old?
5.
5, and he was a bit of a loose cannon, but hilarious, very hilarious, wasn't he? Yeah. And David was lovely. We met their horses. David was 11,
Yep.
and Cooper was 5. Yeah, Cooper was hilarious. The property is beautiful. They have a very interesting kitchen, meat kitchen, where I think they butcher their own meat that they grow and farm here. Yeah, there were some hooks and big industrial size minces, and yeah, it was pretty full on. But the dingoes were howling pretty close by at 3 o'clock in the morning, which was also pretty fun. I'm going to say goodbye to some cows over here. Bye, moo cows. And we're off to Gem Tree. So yeah, see you later, Hale River. We had a great stay.